I mean, it's not that. Yeah, what?
What explanation for dreams do you think science hasn't done? I mean, we can measure people's brain waves and tell when they're dreaming.
But scientists have no explanation for what dreams are.
Well, I mean, dreams.
Yeah, it's a brain state.
Well, yeah, it's a deep state in theta, you know. But yeah, I don't know, because like I said, I've even read up that dreams haven't been explained by science yet.
Well, where did you read that?
Wikipedia.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we all know that Wikipedia is 100% reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
I always give a word of caution when reading about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not necessarily unreliable. It's just that the most useful part about Wikipedia is the footnotes, because they take you to places where you can actually find stuff out. You shouldn't use it as a primary source.
I'm not. I was just stating, you know what I mean, in
Right.
defense, like that. That's where I came up with that dreams haven't been explained by science.
I would contest that. I think we're running out of time before the topic starts, though. So I'm going to let you go and move on to one.
Hey, thanks for talking to me, guys.
Right.
It was cool.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, one last caller. This is going to be like 3 to 5 minutes. We have, is it John in Columbus? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi. Sorry, English is not my first language. I'm a little nervous, so probably...
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, kind of maybe interesting for you guys to know, I learned about this show because of my ESL class. I was trying to listen to English conversations, and my teacher recommended listening to this, so...
Okay, you have almost no accent, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty good at noticing them, so
thank
you've
you.
done a good job.
I've been here for 2 years, so... well, anyway, short on time. I'm curious, does it seem strange to you that most, I guess the majority of the world believes there is a God, but you, an atheist, does not? Does that seem strange that so many people believe, I guess, the opposite of what you believe?
Strange?
No, I
don't know. I'm used
I wouldn't
to
call
it.
it strange.
Does
No.
it cast more doubt on what you believe about it?
Does it cast more doubt about what we believe? No, because, I mean, if someone presented me with evidence for the existence of a God, I would believe that God existed.
Right.
And that's
it.
it.
You know, it's a mistake, obviously, to believe things because they're popular.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I mean, obviously, a lot of things are popular because they're well investigated and have turned out to be right. But on the other hand, you know, sometimes people believe things because that's what they've always believed. And, you know, since it's difficult to tell the difference without trying to figure out the underlying reasons on your own, figuring out the underlying reasons is the way to go.
I see.
I mean, we're here every week, and you know, whenever somebody calls Matt, he says, I would love somebody to prove God is right, or that God is real. And he also, you know, we always ask people what they believe and why they believe it, which I think is the more important part. And if it comes down to believing in something because most people believe it, that's what I wouldn't call a good reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so if you were in maybe a formal debate with someone, it would not be acceptable to say this is true because it's so popular to believe.
It might carry weight with some audiences because you know, fallacies exist for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, also there's in terms of maybe like an appeal to authority, it would be not okay to say this is true because this important person thinks it's true. But as a rule of thumb, you know, you might assume that someone might be right because they've studied it for a long time or something like that. And I think maybe the fact that so many people in the world I don't want to say popularity, but it's such a popular and common idea that maybe it's kind of a not bad rule of thumb to say to investigate it more because it's such a common belief.
No problem with investigating it more.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And actually, it was the process of investigating it that caused most of us to become atheists. So it's not that we haven't investigated this question.
Right. Would love to continue chatting with you, but I think we're going to let you go and stop taking callers at this point.
Okay.
So thanks for calling. And I'm sorry, Darren in Toronto and whoever else just tried to call in, but you're not going to get on today. All right, so hello. We've been on the air. The Atheist Experience has been on the air for over 12 years now, believe it or not. I looked it up. And people, we receive a lot of emails. In fact, we've been receiving a lot more emails since we went international, so to speak, by being on the internet and having a lot of people just find us by word of mouth. And there are a lot of things that people ask us in email which we don't always grant. In particular, one of the things that people have been asking for a long time is, when are you guys going to have a Christian on the show? They have different reasons for asking that. Some people would like to see us have an actual debate, and some people just think that we should have more theists on as a way of providing balance. We've basically, I think, been pretty consistent in our answer, and the sneakiness of this transition has not worked too well with the camera positioning. Anyway, so to continue to build this up, hey, look, there's another person here suddenly. Hi.
Hi, Russell.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me, Russell. Thanks for having me, Jim.
I was going to draw out this introduction longer, but
something dramatic.
yeah, but basically, this is Kyle Miller, executive pastor. Oh, look, they even put up the title already.
Hey, yeah.
Kyle Miller is the executive pastor of the Great Hills Baptist Church, and this is the first time in the Atheist Experience history that we've actually decided to try something like that. And I'm really glad that you agreed to come on here, and I hope you haven't felt too much like being in the lion's den sitting in the audience.
I've been looking forward to this.
Okay.
We tried to do it in December. It didn't work. Glad to be here in January.
Yeah, that's right. Great. So I think we sort of loosely agreed to talk about the problem of evil. But before that, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
I think that probably most importantly, I grew up in Asia, and my parents are missionaries over there, and then came to UT as a transfer student back in 1981, and have 3 degrees from UT. I was a professional counselor for 19 years, and then came on staff at my church, Great Hills Baptist, 6 years ago.
So your parents were missionaries?
Yes.
And you've done some of that too, I understand. Can you tell us a little about where you've been? Well,
been to about 5 countries now, and what we talked about, even relative to the problem of evil question, was in Darfur, Sudan, back in 2008, doing some trauma work with 4 villagers that have been survivors of genocide.
That's admirable. I mean, what do you go there and do with them?
Well, we have I know some people there in the country. They are working with these people in this village in particular. And they'd had a lot of people come, big groups, like Doctors Without Borders, Samaritan's Purse, UN, World Food Program. A lot of people come and helped on lots of very great practical levels. But they kept saying that no one had come and had even talked to these people about what happened to them, and just sat with them and asked them to share their stories.
Right.
And just at the most basic step of what happened to you. And so myself, Brian Brunson, we went over there, really felt drawn to it the more we heard about it. Went there in 2007 to Khartoum, then 2008. Went in with a humanitarian visa and had a very good time, very intense, profound time.
I'm not sure good time in Darfur or something a lot of people would connect.
In a helping people kind of way, as a counselor, it was one of those life-changing and traumatic kind of experiences.